So I remember this, so I'll share this with you. So Anlezer relates that when he was a shlich in Australia, the years Tov Lamed Gimel Lamed Hey, right, 73, 75. So that's when began the hookups. He says, I remember, the prices were astronomical. Every Farbrengen cost thousands of dollars. And there was a big resistance amongst the Balabatim. Yeshiva struggles to pay teachers, and here they're paying thousands of dollars in those days, in the 70s, for a hookup. So the response was, this is not coming, God forbid, from the yeshiva. This is private donors that paid, and that was the truth. Now, in those years, he says, Aaron Laser says, and I can tell you, me too, when I came to America, friends, you're too young to know this, but I virtually never spoke home. It was before Yontif, letters, stacks of letters between all of us, which is beautiful for history. The history of the family. I'm so grateful. My brother, Oliver Shalom, he was a kid when I left, but we corresponded. And it's a treasure trove for the family. And for me to look back, thank God I kept every letter from everyone that I ever got. And people would keep letters. So he says we used to write. He says what he would call them on lazy, he said, in the 2 years, twice. 2 years he spoke home twice. Just by the way, what I used to do. It's funny. So when I was in Miami, so we used to fabreng every Thursday night. So in those days, to call, it was collect calls. You went through collectors through an operator. Reverse calls, they paid for it. So I'd call up for Mr. Fabrengen. So they would know that my sister, not my parents, and they would hear my voice because you can hear. No, Mr. Fabrengen isn't here, but he's coming soon. I'm able to hear the voice and squeeze in a few words. This is the ritual every Thursday night. Mr. Fabrengen calls. Good. At least it looks like I didn't know that trick. Anyway, so he said twice a year before my birthday, before Rosh Hashanah. Okay, so now back to the Fabrengen. Now the Fabrengen, you could tell when it was over. The Rebbe started Nigunim, they were heroes, short zichas, and the Rebbe started Nigunim. Now sometimes this could be half hour, the end of the Fabrengen. But the Rebbe would often speak, something avot, so they would cut it. They would end the Fabrengen, when they could see that this was basically the final sicha. And he says, the big Hey Chassidim, how you talking? The Rebbe is still Fabrengen. And oh boy, so fits into our mind, but I can't believe this. So Alazer says maybe the Rebbe's going to say something between the Negunim. How can they cut off the hookup? He says, well, it's too, naive and to think about the money that it costs. And it didn't even enter our head. Just the chutzpah that they cut it. So he says, once by a Fabrengen, it could have been even him, Anlez himself anyway, or maybe all of them. He said, we spoke strongly to the Balabatim, Ayitochen, Shabbos Avorchen, Fabrengen, Yeshiva, and how could they cut the Fabrengen? So Rav Chaim Beransky, I've told you stories about it. Okay, I'll pay for it. And Rav Chaim said, you never know which part of the Fabrengen can make the change. He says, listening to the Fabrengen, we don't remember everything. We don't understand everything. Don't be in your spell. You never know which word it's going to go in. We're talking about here the Rebbe's. The end of the Fabrengen was just a few words. But this is the Chacha B'derech Rebbe's. That goes even deeper. So that was the end of it. I paid for it. And we were the fortunate beneficiaries. A wonderful day, everybody. So does Toivus.